For centuries, we assumed that technology evolved in a straight line. Slow, predictable, step by step. But history tells a very different story. Across the last 500 years, a handful of machines appeared long before the world was ready for them. Devices so precise, so efficient, and so far ahead of the tools available at the time, that engineers still struggle to understand how they were built. Today, we explore 6 real machines that seem to arrive too early. Machines whose creators saw a future no one else could imagine. Machines that changed the world, even though the world had no idea how far ahead they truly were. Number 1, Corneliszoon's wind-powered sawmill, 1593. Before this machine existed, it took months of exhausting labor to cut timber for ships. The Dutch shipyards depended on teams of craftsmen working day and night, sawing logs by hand in a rhythm as old as civilization. But in 1593, Corneliszoon attached a simple cam system to a windmill, and created the first industrial machine tool in European history. For the first time, wind power could convert a rotating shaft into vertical sawing motion. The machine lifted, pulled, and advanced the timber automatically. It didn't just speed up work. It multiplied production by more than 10 times. Shipbuilding exploded. Trade expanded. And the Netherlands quietly stepped into the golden age. Modern historians consider this machine the spark that ignited Europe's industrial revolution. Yet it came almost 200 years too early. Number 2, Portsmouth block-making machinery, 1803. Long before assembly lines, long before Ford, and long before mass production became a phrase, Mark Isambard Brunel and Henry Maudslay built something unbelievable. A factory of 45 custom-designed machines, working together to produce over 130,000 pulley blocks per year. For the Royal Navy, each machine performed a single task with impossible precision for the time. Drilling, shaping, rounding, mortising, turning. With only 10 workers, the factory produced the same output that once required more than 100 craftsmen. It wasn't just ahead of its time. It was the first fully automated production line in the world. A system so modern in concept that engineers today recognize it instantly. But in 1803, it looked like magic. Number 3, Maudslay's screw-cutting lathe, 1797. Precision engineering didn't exist before Henry Maudslay. Not truly. Before his invention, screws were handmade, each one slightly different, impossible to standardize. Machines could not be built with interchangeable parts. Nothing fit perfectly because nothing was truly precise. Maudslay's screw-cutting lathe changed everything. For the first time, a mechanism linked the rotating spindle to the cutting tool through a master lead screw, allowing threads to be cut with identical pitch and geometry, again and again. This single machine laid the foundation for the entire age of mechanical manufacturing. And what's astonishing is not just the concept, but the fact that Maudslay built the master screw, the heart of the system, by hand, with precision that even modern machinists admire. It was a machine too perfect for the 18th century. Number 4, Ramsden's dividing engine, 1770s. At a time when most craftsmen still used rulers carved by hand, Jesse Ramsden built a machine capable of dividing a circle into microscopic sections with mathematical precision. His dividing engine engraved scales for sextants and scientific instruments, with errors so small that navigation accuracy improved worldwide. The British Board of Longitude considered the machine so important that they funded it on the condition that Ramsden could not keep it secret. It had to be shared. It was too valuable for the nation. Modern engineers studying the device often ask the same question. How did Ramsden achieve such accuracy without precision tools, when those tools didn't exist yet? A machine ahead of its time, built with methods lost to time. Number 5, John Wilkinson's boring machine, 1774. Before Wilkinson, cannon barrels were drilled by suspending them vertically over rotating tools. The process produced uneven walls, misshapen cylinders, and dangerous inaccuracies. Wilkinson flipped the idea on its side. He fixed the boring bar in place and rotated the heavy cannon instead. A technique that produced cylinders with unprecedented straightness and uniform thickness. This innovation didn't just improve cannons. It enabled the perfectly bored steam engine cylinders that James Watt needed to change the world. Without Wilkinson's machine, the steam age would have arrived decades later. It was a machine so advanced that its influence is still felt in every engine block and hydraulic cylinder made today. Number 6, the Swiss automatic lathe, 1870s. A machine almost delicate in appearance, yet powerful enough to reshape the world of precision manufacturing. With a sliding headstock and guide bushing, the Swiss automatic lathe could cut parts smaller than a grain of rice. With tolerances so tight that even modern CNC machining respects its design. Watchmaking became faster, cheaper, and more accurate. And eventually, this same principle produced the parts used in medical devices, aerospace components, and micromechanisms. Even today, the basic concept remains unchanged. Because the original idea was already perfect. Too perfect for the 19th century. Looking at all 6 machines together, a pattern emerges. These inventions did not belong to the moments in which they appeared. They belonged to the future. Their creators saw possibilities that their world could not yet understand. They built with a level of intuition, craftsmanship, and boldness that still challenges modern engineering. Machines that changed industries. Machines that reshaped nations. Machines that pushed technology forward decades, sometimes centuries, ahead of schedule. And they remind us that progress is not always linear. Sometimes it leaps. Sometimes it surprises. And sometimes it appears in the hands of a single mind who sees the world differently. These machines were too advanced for their time. But their time eventually caught up. Or perhaps we are still trying to catch up with them.